We all love nice grill marks on a steak, but what do you do if you want a full edge-to-edge crust? All you need is a half-moon cast iron griddle and a secret ingredient that I'll tell you about later in the video. I'll also share an important safety tip that I learned the hard way.
I'm Dave, and this is Austin's Kamado Joe Masterclass.
This is the Kamado Joe half-moon cast iron reversible griddle. This one is 3 years old and I cook on it almost every week. Steaks, smash burgers, tri-tip, anything that needs a hard, direct sear on a flat surface. It's one of the most consistently useful accessories I own. Today I'm going to show you exactly why, including how it stacks up against the Kamado Joe Karbon Steel Griddle, which I have also reviewed on this channel. The Half Moon Griddle is a thick, heavy slab of cast iron designed to fit the Half Moon slot in your divide and conquer flexible cooking system. It sits directly over the hot coals so you get direct heat under the cast iron. It's also reversible. The other side has a ribbed surface that's great for vegetables and shrimp. A ceramic grill and a cast iron griddle both hold heat exceptionally well. When you use them together, you get a cooking surface that does not lose heat when cooking. That heat is what causes the Maillard reaction and creates that amazing, flavorful crust. Now for that secret ingredient. I like to use a tablespoon of beef tallow when I cook on this griddle. The smoke point of beef tallow is around 420 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect for searing. Beef tallow has a rich, beefy flavor, and it polymerizes into the cast iron over time, which builds your seasoning cook by cook. First, we'll talk about a flat iron steak. It's got great marbling and solid flavor without the price of a ribeye. I bring the Kamado Joe to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I let the cast iron griddle continue preheating for a full 20 minutes after I see 450 on the dome thermometer. Cast iron takes a long time to heat up. If you rush the preheat, you won't form a good crust. Check the temperature of the griddle with a good laser thermometer. I like this one with a circle laser made by ThermoWorks. A link is in the description and pinned comment. That sizzle is moisture in the meat being forced out by high heat and the Maillard reaction beginning to build the crust on the surface. I pull it at 125 degrees internal temperature and let it rest for 5 minutes for a final target of 130 degrees Fahrenheit. I make a lot of steaks and burgers on my Half Moon griddle, but it can do a lot more than that. Let me show you a few. Tri-tip, a Texas staple and one of my favorites for a quick weekend cook. The tri-tip is a triangular cut from the bottom sirloin. It typically runs 2 to 2.5 pounds and benefits from a good sear all the way around. Picanha. If you've not cooked this cut, try it. The picanha is the top sirloin cap, a Brazilian staple that's becoming a regular in Texas backyards. What makes it unique is the fat cap. Cook it fat side down first, then flip it over. Watch my video on cooking a picanha. I also use this griddle to sear beef before it goes into the Dutch oven for chili. I like using it over a skillet because it's much bigger and I can get it a lot hotter. That makes for a great sear that adds a flavor to the entire pot of chili. Next up, skirt steak for fajitas. Skirt steak is thin, it has a loose grain, and it needs high heat and a fast cook. It's exactly what this cast iron griddle is designed for. After marinating it and patting it dry, I cook it at 450 for about 4 minutes. Perfect fajita meat. Now check out my Kamado Joe Owner's Handbook. This is a 100-plus page book that I've written that covers everything you need to know about operating a Kamado Joe. It includes setup, seasoning, temperature control, troubleshooting, maintenance, and a lot of pro tips and techniques. A link is in the description and pinned comment. Finally, smash burgers. Cast iron is the ideal surface for making smash burgers. When you press that ball of ground beef flat against a hot cast iron surface, you're maximizing meat-to-surface contact. Every part of that patty is in direct contact with the cast iron. Check this out. I cooked 4 patties of the exact same size. 2 of them were on the Half Moon cast iron griddle, and 2 of them were on the cast iron grate. When I flip it over, check it out. I've got grill marks on the patties in the back, but look at that crust on the ones on the cast iron griddle. One note on the cheese. Read the label. Use real American cheese, not American cheese product, not processed cheese food. Real American cheese melts perfectly and provides that classic burger taste. I want to tell you how this griddle compares to the Kamado Joe Karbon Steel Griddle. I reviewed the Karbon Steel Griddle on this channel and I really liked it. It's a great full-size griddle and I use it regularly. There is, however, one area where the Half Moon cast iron griddle has a clear advantage. Rust resistance. Cast iron properly seasoned and kept dry is more forgiving about moisture than carbon steel. The Karbon Steel Griddle will rust if you leave any moisture on it after washing. I've had to sand mine down and re-season it after forgetting to take it out of my Kamado Joe after cooking. Cast iron is not immune to rust, but it does not seem to rust as easily as carbon steel. The Karbon Steel Griddle does heat up faster and has twice the surface area. So for cooking a lot of food at once, that's a real advantage. I've cooked ribeyes, fajitas, burrito tacos, breakfast sausage, bacon, potatoes, and even pancakes on my Karbon Steel Griddle. Now is my important safety tip for using a Half Moon cast iron griddle. Place it in the front half of your Kamado Joe, not in the back. When you cook with beef tallow or any animal fat on a flat surface over hot charcoal, there's a real chance that some fat drips off the edge of the griddle and onto the hot coals below. When that happens, you get a flare-up, and that flare-up goes vertical, fast, through the path of least resistance, which is away from the solid griddle and through the grate. If your Half Moon griddle is in the back half of the grill, the flare-up travels up the front and directly into your face. So always position the Half Moon griddle in the front and put the grate in the back. The Kamado Joe Half Moon cast iron griddle delivers a consistent high temperature sear to everything from flat iron steaks and tri-tip to picanha, fajita meat, and smash burgers. At the end of the video, check out my new cookbook, The Texas Backyard Kitchen, Complete Meals from Fire to Table. It's part barbecue book for the Kamado Joe and part go-to cookbook for every other day of the week. A link is in the description and pinned comment. Now I want to hear from you. If you're using the Half Moon cast iron griddle on your Kamado Joe, drop a comment below and tell me what you think of it. I read everyone. Hey, if you liked the video, let me know, and please subscribe and turn on notifications. And watch my Kamado Joe 101 playlist right now.